by Leona Lewis. It's been the longest winter without you. Well, in Nigeria, we don't experience winter. What we experience is Hamatan, serious sunshine, and rainy season. Out there, winter, summer, autumn, spring, you name it. So let's assume that if it's rainy season, you understand? I didn't know where to turn to. See, somehow I can't forget you. After all that we've been through. Going, coming, thought I heard a knock. Who's there? No one. Thinking that I deserve it. Now I realize that I really didn't know. If you didn't notice, you mean everything. Quickly, I'm learning to love again. All I know is I'm gonna be okay. Thought I could not live without you. It's gonna hurt when it heals too. Oh yeah, it'll all get better in time. And even though I really love you, I'm gonna smile because I deserve to. It will all get better in time. Yes, it will get better in time. See that heartbreak that you feel is about to take your breath away, and it's choking you, and it seems like it's sapping the life out of you. Patience. It will get better in time. Yeah, that's what Ifechukwu Mwale wants you to know this Monday afternoon. Good afternoon to you. How you doing? Yo, 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 yo. It's been a while I did it. Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul? What's happening with you? What's been happening with you? How was your weekend? Let's see. How was my weekend? Okay, I left you guys on Friday on a high note. And then I got home, rested a little bit, Saturday came, I was indoors until towards evening. I started to take a stroll to a nearby market, one market called T Junction Market, like that. It seems like it's a nearby market, you could just go and pick a few things, but then you get there and things are unnecessarily expensive, but you just wanted a nearby market, right? Yeah, I bought I got a very good deal for 2 big catfish, and I decided to make some fisherman's soup with it. I still have a little bit left in my fridge. I think I'll go and dive right into it after the sunny side today. Yeah, so we did that, and then Sunday came, it was service, and it was back home and going nowhere until towards evening I took a stroll just around to get a few things, and here I am today. Okay, on the menu today we're going to be talking about leverage of being born into wealth. Yes, think about it. Do you feel as though you were stunted in growth because you had everything handed to you? Or do you believe you are successful because you had every resources available to you? How about the feeling of regret that comes with, not having anything to start life on? Because you probably had broke parents. I've often heard some people, or overheard some people say, "Hi, this life shy. See the way I am. Nothing, no connections, no nothing. I mean, if my parents had small money like this now, Shivi, it would have been, something I could start life with. They probably would have empowered me somehow. Maybe on a business idea I would develop. They will help me with the development. They will help me with finance. Or they will connect me to the people that would help me, sort of. Or maybe, just maybe, I would have gone to better schools where I would have met better persons. The connection, the network that I would leverage on at this point in my life. So I went to one anyhow school, no good job, and I'm literally struggling. One day I asked my significant other this question. I said, what do you think your life would have turned out to be if your father was still alive? And he said, to be very honest with you, I think it would have taken a different turn. Two things. Well, I wouldn't have had to struggle for certain things because of the foundation my father would have laid for us, his sons, seeing the kind of person he was in the society. In his own little way, he get named, sort of. Yeah, we wouldn't have had to struggle with certain things. I mean, we wouldn't have had to struggle to get admission, struggle to get a good paying job, struggle for some connections and all of that. And even though sometimes his mom will make reference to them calling some of his father's friends and asking them, oh, I need this and that favor and all of that. They didn't buy the idea because, hey, the main man is no longer here. What is the guarantee that the friends will respond like they would have if the father was still alive? And that's on one hand. On the other hand, the fact that the father left when they were very young sort of made them stronger. They could think for themselves. They could hustle on their own. And to be very honest, they're not doing bad for themselves, Maybe they're not where they had, planned to be. They are still struggling with some things and all of that. But, they grew up faster. They did things faster. They made money quicker. They did certain things. Yes, it would have helped. But then again, it is what it is. Daddy is no more. Maybe mommy is no more. Maybe that uncle you looked up to is no more. Maybe that auntie you looked up to is no more. What is going to happen? Now, from personal experience, I can say that I have seen and worked with a lot of people who come from big money. That money that is huge. Come on, you've heard of them. The Otedolas, the Adelekes here in Nigeria, the Dangotes. They come from big money. You see, there is money and there is money. I have seen less successful than average and more successful than average. Some are aimless, anxious, and have zero confidence because everything was handed to them. They had what we call extreme privilege, and they never had to work for anything. They got treated special everywhere they went. From first-class flights, nice restaurants, luxury cars, made to clean the house, higher quality hotels, higher, the schools they even attended. They never really figured out why they are and don't know what to do with their lives. Little wonder, it seems like some of them are doing music. Some of them are doing DJing. Some of them are dating some people that, when you look and say, this person should be dating this other person, something like that. For others, parents are super, super driven and have high expectations, and they pass that lifestyle on to their kids. You see, they learn good money habits from parents. They work hard like everyone else, not even acting like they have some of these privileges. Their car and clothes are probably still paid for by their parents. They have a family credit card to pay for everything. They go to top private universities, they school abroad, they school anywhere in the world, the top universities, and they graduate with no debt. See, these people are not in need of a student loan. Yeah, that student loan scheme proposed by the president and his, the implementation. They cannot be bothered. Loan care. They are not writing scholarship examinations. No. What do they need it for? They have a huge social network and can pull strings. They know the who is who. Everything is easier, but they are still ambitious. So they have a leg up over most. If they were outside the country, they probably had some trust fund available when needed. But they want to prove themselves and crave outside validation. No be my papa money. My papa gets money, but hello, this is me. So when you reach me or when you come in contact with me, see me as being successful. Look at me with the eye of me. Not, oh, your papa get money. They have a massive advantage. And to be honest, some of them are wise enough not to squander it. Now, my question this afternoon is, think about it in reality. I mean, come on. You have them as friends. You have come in contact with them some way or the other. You even work with them. You guys are in the same organization. You work together. But some way, somehow, you have got an inkling, or you probably have heard the story. You know their background. And they could be from any background whatsoever. Does being born into wealth stunt growth or success? Or does it enhance one's chance for growth and success? Being born into wealth. Let's explore it. Let's see. If maybe, just maybe, the reason why some people are the way they are is either because they were born into wealth or they were not. And this is why I ask. You see us? Those of us here now, exposed, enlightened, knowledgeable, we sort of have a chance to change the narrative for the generation that is coming after us. So whatever it is that we live for them, just maybe, will change how they perceive life, how purpose-driven they are, whether or not they are going to still be complaining some 30 years from now about subsidy removal and hiking petrol price and inflation, or they're going to be thinking differently, creating solution providing platforms or solution providing professions, so much so that the issues we face now will be a thing of the past for them. Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages is 0809 030 6416. Call screeners in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but that of the call screener. On X, we're at Nigeria Info PH. Go there, watch us live, drop your comments in the comment section. And Facebook page is Nigeria Info 90.3 PH. Someone... Okay, while I wait for the calls to be screened, you need to stop it. You come in there and give us your food and soup. Jago say sorry, oh. So if it goes to the love for this economy until they chop breakfast, also known as heartbreak. Moses from... Well, it happens sometimes. It happens to the best of us anyway. Yeah, so that's it. If you're unable to get through to us via the phone lines, like I said earlier, send us a WhatsApp message. A WhatsApp or a Telegram message, and I would gladly read in course of the conversation. Again, in reality, does being born into wealth stunt growth to success, or it enhances one's chances for growth and success? Let's see. Okay.
Oh?
Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Daniel from Port Harcourt.
Daniel from Port Harcourt, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead.
Okay, is 50-50.
50-50. Tell me about it.
50-50. Yeah, and the record has it that 85% of the billionaires on this earth presently are from poor homes. Why? Because the person groomed himself from nothing. But it's unfortunate that if you haven't born into wealth and you are not allowed to exercise your potentials, at the end of the day, you will squander it. And that is why if you check most of the big guys in Nigeria, the so-called, not so-called, the billionaires before now, you hardly hear about their children. Because instead of them trying to use the wealth to groom the children, we use our wealth to kill their dreams. So sometimes when because my parents that's why I didn't go to school, or I didn't do this and that, I could tell you that's false. Because a lot of us went to school from not grass, or I won't say grace, from grass, from hand to mouth. And that is why when we sit in a class, we know where we're coming from. We try to listen and make sure that, because we don't have money to pay for another school fees. But unfortunately, when we try to make the money, I don't know where it's coming from now. Because I suffer, I don't want my children to suffer. At the end of the day, we kill the dream of the child. So that's why I said that some people will take it as advantage because, okay, my father helped me to go to best of schools and go to best of whatever. Whatever thing I want to do, he used the money to make me to do it, not because I'm using the money to influence the process. In that process, I could say 80% or 90% is what it says. It doesn't matter whether you are born in the rich home or poor.
On the poor home. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I've often wondered if there is anything really wrong with, making money, creating wealth. Some people call it, there's a name they call it, generational wealth. So much so that up until your 10th generation, they wouldn't have to lift a finger. Yes, let's say they do. It would not be because, if I not work, I not go job. It would just be because, hey, I've got my own dreams. I am aspiring to perspire to respire. Is that how they say? How do they say? Aspire to. Yeah, that aspiration, that quote. That's what I'm talking about. I want to be more. So yes, I come from a family where this person was this person was that, this other person. But then this is me now. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. So there, the money is there. The money, I tap into it as some form of resource. It's basically resources to fuel my own ambition. So I don't have to go to the banks to ask for loans. No. I simply call a meeting. Or maybe I check what's there, what's been left for me as an inheritance. And I just channel the money and I do whatever it is I need to do. If I feel low, well, fine and good. If I don't, hey, I'm not going to be crying like every other person. It's not going to be so much of a huge loss to me. Now, there's a clause there, You see, sometimes, even the wealthy people take loans. And this is solely because when they know that they have a deadline and they cannot afford not to repay the loan and have the banks come and take some of their possessions, they sit up and they ensure that the businesses do not fail. As opposed to you, who can always tap into the family resource to get whatever financial boost or whatever resource that you need. But let's hear from Okonkwo calling from Rumukuta. Hi, Okonkwo. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. By my thought, self-reliance and self-independence is more better than to depend on any person around you or to depend on the wealth and the riches that somebody has made already. My sister, let me surprise you. Are you aware that the poverty and suffering, that is economic poverty and economic suffering, are you aware that there are motivating factors that challenge men that are hardworking and women that are hardworking, that challenge them to work hard and overcome poverty and suffering. If you take statistics of the richest people in this country and across the world, I'm talking of billionaires and trillionaires, they are from poor families, wretched families. But because of the wretchedness of their family, they took decision to work hard to overcome the wretchedness. And today they are billionaires and trillionaires. So what I'm saying is somebody should not depend on the wealth that another person has acquired.
Okay. Thank you.
Afternoon.
Joseph from LMA, how are you today?
Yes, good day, Dennis.
Good day. Talk to me.
I want to agree with your first caller on the point that they said that there is 50-50, that the chance is 50-50. And my own opinion, I don't think that nobody can arrive in wealth except you work for it. And if you ask me on, as in the family having influence, sometimes family influence could be part of it. But if the foundation of the family is faulty, maybe your father got the wealth through evil means, and you could not sustain or build on the altar that he got the wealth will definitely vanish. And you too, they said money is power and money is security. You need power to arrive into wealth, to get into wealth. You need security. All these things, they come from God. That's why sometimes you see people get into diabolic means, either for power or either for security, in order to conquer money. You cannot just arrive in wealth until you conquer the gods of money, until you conquer the spirit of money. Else, money will control you. You will lavish it and you use it without the purpose it's meant for. So I think it's 50-50.
50-50.
Thank you.
Thank you. Daniel from Oyibo. Hi, Daniel.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Daniel. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. Very good. Talk to me.
And really, for this case study, if you look at it at this perspective, the rich kids are on more pressure than the poor kids.
Tell me about it.
Because the rich kids, they have this pressure because their father has already set a standard. Their father has the money already. So to keep up with that standard that your father has money, everybody is looking at you that your dad has money. So to keep up to that standard, they have to go extra miles to match the wealth of their father so that the wealth does not die at their own time. So that pressure is always on the rich kids. But on the poor kids, whether you make it or not, nobody will actually look at you. You're just looking at, I want to be better than my father. But the rich kids you have is a must that you must be better than your father.
Daniel, I once heard one of the renowned bishops in Nigeria, one of the largest churches. Let's put it at that, because it was also recorded in Guinness World Book of Records, as the largest church auditorium in the world, say that as much as to a large extent he had wealth, the truth of the matter is that when he sent his children to school, all he owed them was their tuition fees. He expected them on their own to think of how to raise money for other things. Now, one would have termed him as a wicked father. How true that is, we do not know. I'm sharing this with you because I want to arrive somewhere. How true that is, we do not know, because we cannot go and bring the kids and interview them. Come, was your father giving you people money, or he was just paying your tuition fees and all of that? The truth is that how can we even tell that these rich kids are being pressured? They go to the best schools. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's what they tell you that you get to hear. You don't know how much money their parents have pumped into them. You don't know the kind of weekly allowances they get. Some of their weekly allowances may even be more than what some people earn as legitimate salary. Okay, see, Otedola is buying cars for his daughters and they are coming on social media to show it off. Now, what's her name? The one that is a DJ, Copy, good. DJ Copy says she's going back to school for her 3rd or 4th degree. I don't see that girl being pressured in any way. Is it the one that is dating, what's that musician's name? Mr. Easy. Yeah, that his life is now easy for him. I don't see her looking pressured. The other time I saw some of them. Yeah.
If this wealth ends in their time, it will be very bad. So I think they are the ones on pressure.
Okay. Fair point. If it ends in their time, it will be very bad. Let's hear from Miriam from Okrika. At least Miriam is a mother. And once upon a time, she was maybe a child as
good
well.
Afternoon.
Hi, Miriam. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Talk to me.
Denise, when you were just narrating this matter, the person that came into my mind was Davido, Falls, and some other persons that were born with a golden spoon. And yet they still made it. Look, Denise, I think this thing is in both ways. Wealth and affluence can inspire growth in a child and also kill it at the same time. Now, there is a child that really wants to grow, it just all depends on them upbringing, honestly. When you train your child, to be independent, to grow up to be independent, just like the case we hear about these aspirants, labor presidential aspirants to teach on this, how he's bringing up his children, they have to go out and look for work, In a case like that, when the children go out and they have financial challenge and they present their everything they need, to their father, and they need finance, the father will not just fold his hand and allow his child to go and be begging from one bank to another, taking loans. He will finance it, knowing that this child has head, to prosper. Just like Davido, he goes around with his father's private jet, until they say he has acquired his own. But your father will give you, knowing that at least you will have head, you're looking for your own. But on the other case, believe you can't kill. Nobody can cheat nature. Just like our politicians that gather, you gather for your children, and you think they will come up and be so productive, be so perfect. You cannot cheat nature. You cannot strangle the destiny of other children for your own child to grow. And the child is seeing this too. That can kill the creative ability of a child, knowing that this wealth is coming, it's just flowing like river. All I can do is, what do I need to stress? What do I need to do? They begin to take drugs and begin to. So wealth can, I believe in the 50-50 that your first guest said. It can boost the creative ability of a child, and it can also kill it at the same time. It depends on the upbringing.
It depends on the upbringing. Thank you, Muriel. Zion from Jari. How are you doing today, Zion?
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
The truth is this. We cannot jump what the Bible has said.
What did the Bible say?
It said that a good man keep legacy for his children. He did not say wealth. He did not say money. It was specific. Legacy. What are the legacy? Denise is my friend. When you grow and you see or you come across her, always respect her. Mr. Zion just told his children something. Why? The relationship he had with Denise, that if she's found in Aso Rock, my kids can walk up to, I am Mr. Zion's second son. Denise, I challenge you. You ask him to come in. Others will wait outside. True or false? That is the legacy we are talking about. The problem with this country is lazy politicians amassing wealth for their children. That is the problem. If we all can collect that which we can eat a day and leave the rest, just like what happened in the scripture, take the manna, the one you eat a day, leave the rest, it will be better. And we have failed though, with packing manna, and most of this manna being eaten up by other countries. And you are suffering. Don't leave any wealth for your children. Keep legacy for them. Come to our environment and see some of them. We are traveling abroad. Here they are looking so soft and light. They cannot even face the challenge of the day. They cannot go a day without those little things. But look at me from this side. We can able to adapt even without NEPA light or PHED. Even without this, we can adapt. But these ones cannot. Come and see what these ones are eating. They are not even looking strong like African children, amassing wealth for your children. In 2016, a study was conducted in America, and they found out that it's only 1% of children which parents kept wealth for them that survive. The rest are into drugs and rest of it. That is why today, most Americans don't keep wealth for their children. They rather send it to one institution, or send it to Africa, or send it to a group of people, or build a foundation so that their children can be living from the foundation and not from the wealth the father made for them. So I will not keep a wealth for my children so that they will not become so lazy and depending so much.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wouldn't you be classified as a wicked person? No, think about it. Daddy, I have this business idea. I have invented something, and it is to solve XYZ problem. But I just need a lip. I just need to get into certain quarters to sell this idea and see how many people will jump on this and invest. I'm looking for investors. And you have the network of investors I am looking for this particular project. So if you can give me the likes of, Mr. or Chief, this, and that, I just need each of them to pull in 5 million into this. And this is what they stand to get and all of that. Or you can be the sole financier of all of this. And this is what you stand to get. Or maybe we could partner. What do you think about that? As opposed to writing for grants and, pitching every now and then. Every time there is a call for someone to come and pitch, you are there. Why? It's not like whatever it is they're going to raise for you is going to be the full sum. But that is the only way you can finance that idea. You're born into wealth. You see, that alone is leverage to a large extent. But does it stunt your growth? Or does it enhance your chances? Think about it. Chukwuemeka says, Port Harcourt. A song I heard yesterday quietly said, ghetto boy root to the boss, ghetto boy work for family. Everyone sure works for all. Bosses are working for staff and vice versa. Another sad angle is some from certain levels of society refuse to give jobs to richer people. And sad, some richer people, especially those from poorer backgrounds, are also rude when they enter wealth. We all eventually attain heights, and our children should be taught good manners, the fear of God, and taught how to start from nothing. Thank you, and God bless you. Bless you too. This one says, good afternoon, East. Being born into a wealthy family. I'd like to be precise. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. That necessity stems from a vacuum being created somewhere, a want somewhere. If there is no want, no necessity, the chances of thinking out of the box reduces drastically. How many children of the super wealthy have you ever heard invented one thing or the other? They have all the wealth and resources to practicalize and employ people to research for them, but they ain't thinking that way. Some of the children of the super wealthy end up becoming drug addicts. Some, for sounding very crude, they will buy drug for themselves and buy for their friends to fill the cruise. So to a huge extent, it stunts growth and reasoning. We clap for those of them that are wise and reasonable enough to manage their parents' wealth and not squander them. This is the highest height I have ever seen them attain. That's for the wealthy. For the one that thinks he is poor, remember, the children of the poor have done better than the children of the rich. I mean, Abraham Lincoln, elsewhere American presidents and others. Your barrier is in your brain, so blame no one. Your poverty background ends at age 30. If you're 30 and above,
$1,200